Talking about stances, I have to apologize first. I had a bunch of coffee, so I might get a little bit off track, not too fast. Stances are the both literal and figurative foundation of Kung Fu and martial arts training for the most part. They're also good for people who don't do Kung Fu, good for balance, good for leg strength, all the benefits of yoga without all the granola. Personally, I can't pull off tie-dyed, so it kind of works for me. Now, there's two core stances for Kung Fu. The first one is Sei Ping Ma, or four corners horse stance. Lam Sai Wen Lineage Hong Ga, you start with your heels first. Tong Fall May start toes first. But here's how I initially learned it. So it's heels, heels, halfway, sink, weight distribution is 50-50, flat of the back, or small of the back is flat. Again, caffeine's a hell of a drug. So you tuck your butt, kind of out here, upper body's relaxed, lower body's strong. So you yin yang thing. You don't want this, you don't want this. So if you kind of flat, and just from the side. Settle into it. And your lower back is flat. You're not doing this, and you're not doing this. And this crap is good to turn here. You're slow, right? From the front. Line up, get your medals. Knees hurt when it's cold out then. So you want to have your hips above your knees, your legs form like an arch. So the force goes down. It's not your joints doing this, doing this. Okay. The other core stance, Yiji Kung Ma. Toes, heels, sink. Lower back is flat. From side. Now you don't want this, and you don't want this. And weight 50-50. You don't have to go super duper low and like force your right out of the way. That's rough for your knees, and also if you're not wearing boxer briefs, not pleasant. Now, Sei Ping Ma, you want to work it for like 5-10 minutes on beginner. Yiji Kung Ma, after a while, you really camp out here for a good 30 minutes. By Hong Ga Sifu, we also taught Wing Chun. We take both classes. When we do first form again in class, this is drawn out for about 30 minutes. Get you relax, also straighten your legs. If you can't do Sei Ping Ma, this is a good one to build up your joints, build up your quads. Now, another foundation stances for Kung Fu is Gong Bu, or hill climbing stance. So from horse, kick a leg out. It's like 60-40 or 70-30, depending on the style you're doing. Northern Kung Fu tends to have a longer forward stance. Again, this leg's mostly straight, front toe pointed in slightly. Shift to the other side. Now, one thing is you're not on a tightrope. So you're not here. You can't bring your rear hand to bear. You're also wobbly this way. So you stagger. You align between your toe and your back heel. That's a good posture. It teaches you to not lean forward, to turn your hip in. From a practical standpoint, for non-Kung Fu practitioners, it's good for the leg, and it's good to teach you weight distribution. If you lose your footing, to drop, not to. Okay. So we got a drop stance. It's like the backwards version of the forward stance. So weight's like 70-30 or 60-40. And we talked about low drops as a stretch before, so this is a good stretch. Okay. Don't do this as a rule though. Don't slam down your neck, it's bad for your knee. You'll see people in tournament do a whole. That's all well and good, but those guys have rickety knees, like me. So, way back here, I got a lot off on here. Boom, I go right in forward stance. And I'm strong, magical. I'm down here like this. Oh. So, not good times. Cat stance. Preface this, training horse stance, fighting horse stance, training forward stance, fighting forward stance. You train low, you fight high, as a rule. Cat stance, you see people go like super duper low, or do this stuff where they don't have ankle flexibility to do that. They'll turn here, the foot comes up, and they literally destroy their knees. So I'd say here, weight sunk. You don't cheat, do this business. Drop, truly get this front leg. In the forms, cat stance is usually an applied kick or trip. Again, this translates to shifting your weight off away the leg for a kick. 7-star similar on the heel. And Mantis is usually going to imply a trip or an implied low stomp kick. Twist stance, another important one. Now usually people step across themselves. Here, that's bad times. If you drop your weight, angle does that. So stepping across, if it's vertical, sink. Pop out in the horse stance. Okay. Hangba's got this footwork pattern that's used a lot. We'll cross up and then horse forward, or they'll retreat here. If you're doing this, that doesn't work. It's bad for your ankle, it's bad for your structure, bad for your knee. So you step across yourself in Kung Fu or day-to-day life, go to that vertical. Nolan's got a different take on that. And don't do this without wearing boxer briefs. We'll come in here and I'll tuck the knee behind and come out of it. That one's a little harsh on your joints. So crane stance, good for balance. Key with this is don't lock your knee. Don't rest this leg on this leg. So here, come up, hands up for balance if you need to. And don't walk, you'll wobble. Sink. Other side. Okay, so to review. Yiji Kuming Ma. Saping Ma. Hold this one for a minute or two, up to 5 minutes. Forward stance. Hold this one for about a minute. Drop stance, similarly. Cat stance. 7-star stance. Twist stance. And of course, great. Okay, those foundations are good for you. If you're not even doing Kung Fu, practice those. Straighten your legs, your joints, and working your balance. Thanks.